Hi, today we're going to talk about prospecting and relationship selling, making connections. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain what relationship selling is. You should understand the importance of knowing your why and building relationships in your niche market. You're going to be able to discern ways centers of influence can help you grow your practice. You're going to be able to compare and contrast different advertising channels, and you're going to think about ways to nurture your client relationships. You've heard the old saying, birds of a feather flock together. Well, think about that. Where does your niche congregate? Because those are places you need to be. If your passion is golf, maybe you want to have a golf membership and you want to join golf teams and you want to be in tournaments or host golf tournaments because you want to find people in your target audience and be a part of the opportunity to use that to meet new clients. So think about your niche and try to locate and join things that support your interest. So there could be social clubs, there could be ways where you have a client that can introduce you to their golfing buddy that maybe as you build trust, they'll ask you about what you do. So it's a relationship first. This isn't about discussing business. The idea is you build that they know and they like and they trust you, and then they want to know what you do. So relationship selling is interaction. It's not the price or the product. And so this relationship is what's going to distinguish you from other professionals. So if you think about it, the goal is to know enough people so that sales come to you and you don't have to go out and find them. And thinking about the importance of a relationship in your life, you may think that corner barber that you've gone to forever and your parents went to and they're familiar and you remember Saturday afternoons and getting the sucker out of a little treasure chest. Even though they might charge a little bit more than this one that opened up down the street, it's that relationship and that memory of going there with your family is what keeps bringing you back. So think about that in your own practice. You want to build that loyalty and you want to build those relationships with those people because they want to do business with you because you're you. So building relationships take time. And it's not going to happen by accident. It requires nurturing. So you don't just meet them one time and you don't just assume that they're going to want to immediately work with you. They're going to want to learn more about you. So start with your why and that you genuinely care about what they're looking to solve. So you want to show empathy. You want to show that you understand them, that you can relate to what they're sharing and that you really care about them. And then you communicate solutions. Now, relationship selling, the trust is critical. So people buy from people they know and trust. And if they don't know anyone, they ask people who do. So that's why it's so important that as you nurture relationships with other people who may not have engaged you, for that matter, might still know you and trust you. And when their friend asks them, do you know anybody that can help me with this? They would be able to refer you because you've nurtured that relationship. And people tend to associate with people like them. So by nurturing relationships in your target market, those people are likely to refer people just like them. So when people in your marketplace get to know and trust you, sales are the natural results. But you're going to have to demonstrate the superior service that loyalty that they have. Because remember, when you refer somebody to somebody, you want them to thank you. You don't want them to say, wow, I'm so disappointed that you told me to go see somebody. They just never followed through. They never returned my calls. I wasn't happy. So in order for somebody to trust you enough to refer somebody they care about, you need to have demonstrated superior service, even if they're not in a business environment, even if it's just asking how they are in the social scene or remembering their name or things that you do that show them that you care. So relationships are not just with individuals. Of course, centers of influence can be a great way to turn prospects into clients. But again, you want to treat this center of influence like a client. They need to be the right fit for your client, and you need to be the right fit for their clients. So you need to pay attention to the type of values you share, and are they the right fit? Because you want clients that look like your target market in referrals as well. And then you need to build some confidence and trust with them. Because again, if they're going to value you enough to refer their good client to you, they have to know that you're a reflection of their service and that you're going to shine in their client's eyes just as they do. You're going to need to do some ongoing nurturing, whether it's sending them information, inviting them to things, making them feel valued, so that they know enough about you to feel comfortable. So the way that you add value to their practice could be that you're a subject matter expert that their clients need assistance with, that they can work with you comfortably. So you have to have similar work styles, similar ways you handle problems. You have to genuinely like each other, because ideally you want to be able to contribute to their business success just like you have them contribute to yours. So one of the ways to meet clients that the center of influence, in this case, that are working with people in your target audience, people you want to be referred to you, is to go with your clients to their appointments with their attorney or their CPA. Not only can you make sure what they do aligns with what you're planning for them, but they get to know and trust you and see how you work with clients in their presence. It helps them know how referable you are. So if you have the same values, you can work together in that client's best interest. And that's a tremendous asset for both of you. So it's a really good use of your time. You don't need to charge to go with those. It's a value added, perhaps, that you're going to do this because at the end of the day, it's building that relationship not only with your client, but with a center of influence that could refer more clients like them to you. So when you get to know these CPAs and attorneys and other people that you think would be a valuable addition to your practice, you want to invite them to participate in things where you've invited your clients and their extended family and friends. So you want them to be a guest. It's a good idea to invite only one of each type of professional to that particular event. You don't want one of your clients getting cornered by 2 estate planning attorneys or 2 CPAs or whatever it is. So at each event, be a little strategic about who you might invite. And you might want to invite your clients to come to a speaking engagement and the 2 of you present together. And it's just a way of addressing their clients and yours. So think of those opportunities. If you can recognize a good prospect for that center of influence, that will help to make sure that they look forward to your referrals. If you misunderstand who their niche is and who their target audience is, and you send them somebody who's not the type of person that they would welcome as a client, then your value as a referral partner goes down. So you want to do a little bit of homework, and you want to understand who their target audience is also, and who do they prefer to work with. You want to be able to define your service standard well enough to them that they can communicate it. And you want to be able to provide and share feedback with your client's permission, of course, with each other, so that you can know what they've done in your client's behalf, and they know what you've done on their client's behalf as well. Now, to be a good referral partner, you've got to maintain that rapport. You've got to at least reach out to them quarterly, even if you don't have a mutual client you're working on at that time. And you need to thank them. Remember, they're getting approached daily by all of their clients' financial advisors. And so again, it's the relationship that we've built with them. They want to like and trust you. And that's what's going to make you stand out when they think about who they trust their client with. Another way to build relationships and to prospect a little for building your perfect vision of a practice is join organizations with other professionals that will help you refer to one another. A lot of these organizations spend a good part of their times with introductions and opportunities to do things where you can get to know one another, and I strongly suggest you do. You may think it's counterintuitive, for example, to congregate with a bunch of other financial advisors because you're all after the same people, and that's not true at all. Remember, you might be after people that have children that are planning for college, and your target market is helping people do college planning and pay for student loans. So a person that comes into you that's a retiree that really doesn't have anybody that she's planning for college may not be the best use of your time. And you might be able to refer that client to another planner that you know and trust, that you can say, I would love to introduce you to somebody who specializes in what you need. And because they know that you specialize in college planning, and they really don't spend as much of their practice with that, and they may not even still have their financial calculator, they would be glad to send those clients your way. So don't overlook the opportunity to partner with the people that are in the same practice as you, and they may have different ways of looking at problems. They're also great resources to pick up the phone and ask them how they would have dealt with something. It might be a really valuable use of your time to get another perspective. So I strongly suggest that you join these other organizations. It really helps you grow your business. Now, think beyond CPAs and attorneys. They aren't the only professionals your clients deal with. They might have a personal trainer, they might have a golf pro that they work with, maybe they're going through some counseling, and the doctor that they sees a lot of clients that could really use your help. And if they know and trust you, that might be a good person to invite to an event that you are holding. Maybe it's the realtor, maybe it's a lender. They might see how quickly you're able to get your clients' information together for them, how prepared they are. And that's a good reflection of you when they come in and they have somebody that's not prepared and wants to work toward qualifying. They may think of you. So think about people beyond just CPAs and attorneys, because they could be great resources for your ideal client. Now, appreciate the clients that you have. Remember, they could be an ideal way of getting clients that reflect your niche. So when you do educational seminars, ask them to bring a friend and thank them that you value them for their client, to being a client, and so you're going to host these things to help them learn. You might take your client out for milestone birthdays and ask them to bring 2 of their best friends to the dinner. Again, when you pay the check and you say goodnight, you know they're going to talk about you. Gee, my financial advisor didn't take me out to dinner for my birthday. Things like that make impressions. For the holidays, when you give them a gift, maybe something really personalized that reflect their passions too. So for example, if they love to travel, maybe you gave them a battery pack and those current converters or something like that. So in other words, you didn't spend a lot of money, but you really put a lot of thought in something they'd value. A referral program is really a great way to get clients to refer people. Maybe you don't ask them outright, but you thank them and you give them something in recognition, and you have just a detailed list of things that you do. For 1 referral, you get this. For 2 referrals, you get this. I know a client that was telling me that she really enjoyed what her realtor did for her. And every time that she referred somebody to them, she got a Tiffany wine glass. And then they'd have a dinner at the end of the year thanking everybody for referrals, and whoever had the most referrals got some other Tiffany gift. And people were competing with referrals just because they wanted this $20 or $25 single stem plain Tiffany wine glass, because it was something they valued. So think creatively, think about something like that. You don't know what might inspire your clients, but to appreciate a referral is something that will encourage that behavior, and they'll want to do more. In this digital age, when you begin to advertise your practice, think strategically about what you're going to do. And again, you want to advertise by making sure people understand your value. And I thought it was really interesting that LinkedIn is where business people look for other business professionals. But do you know when people look at LinkedIn? It's typically only Monday through Friday. So if you're posting, you don't want to get it posted on the weekend where it's way down in their feed and they'll never see. So you want to do it Monday through Friday during business hours. Twitter is a very important one that people use. And even Facebook on the weekends tends to be popular. And then late night on the weekends is Instagram. So choosing the right day and time to share your content with your ideal client niche is really going to give you more value in this digital age. Now, create a following. And so you're going to use some visual content. Remember, pictures speak more to people than just words. People are busy, people need to grasp the message very quickly, and sometimes pictures, they'll linger on those. So pictures or videos or something. So do take advantage of that. Drip campaigns that they sign up for, you don't want to spam anybody. But it could be on a communication calendar where you say, do you want our monthly newsletter, or would you just like this quarterly reminder about our meetings, or whatever it is. But if the content is valuable and they subscribe to it, I think that that's something that you will find clients look forward to. And so, of course, you want to tailor your communications to your niche. If your clients are not computer savvy, you might have to use print media. If your clients are computer savvy and they're going paperless, then you probably don't want to put something in their mailbox. You want to do something that is electronic too. Pay attention to trending topics. If there's something going on in the world, like that clients are hearing about on the news daily, then you want to address that. How does that affect their portfolio? What will this latest announcement mean for their Social Security or taxes or whatever it is? So be sure to talk about trending topics. And if you're putting a website or a blog or something out there, make sure you change the content frequently. Number one, people come back, but think about the last time you went to a doctor's waiting room and the magazines were from 2008. They missed that detail. And for people that are looking for you as a thought leader, it needs to be current. And it could be a call to action. It could be something at the end of the blog or the newsletter to ask them to come in for an appointment, or to recommend a friend, or forward the newsletter to somebody else who would enjoy the content. Anything like that also tells clients that you welcome the opportunity to meet somebody that's important to them. So as you become more familiar with your blogs, or you're on radio or television or guest speakers or whatever, prospects can get to think they know you before they've even met you. So don't overlook those opportunities, and maybe hone your skills in an area that appeals to you in order for people to get familiar. If you're in a foreign country and you're hungry and you're not sure where to go and you see those golden arches, you know what you're going to expect. So become, in a way, the golden arches for clients. If they're looking for something, they know what you do, they know where your expertise is, and they may not have met you, but they'll seek you out. And then you want to track what's working. So if you've sent out emails, pay attention to the replies, and check your website traffic. If you have a website, how long were they on the landing page? Did they log off before they get to your content? Maybe it needs redesigned to a way that is more engaging with your clients. And maybe experiment with different types of advertising. And of course, proofread everything. Everybody needs a proofreader. So remember that you may miss something that's so obvious to you because you know what it's supposed to say. So let a second set of eyes look over anything you post, because you don't want it out there if it is misspelled or there's something that is incorrect. So it's always good to have a second person proofread that advertising. And then give each channel that you try a little bit of time, because again, it's like anything that of value, it takes a little bit of time. So before you switch channels, make sure that you really are satisfied that what you've done hasn't created the results you're looking for. So in summary, in this lesson, you learned about relationship selling. You learned how to approach centers of influence. You learned about some ways to nurture the clients you have through client appreciation. And you learned about advertising in this digital age.